I'm Desi Albert.
And my name is Jennifer Hendon.
Together we are Winey Women. Winey Women is a place where girlfriends are encouraged to discuss hot topics and feel included no matter what their opinion is. And of course, it's always better with just a little wine.
True.
Cheers.
Story. Cheers.
So today we're drinking Prophecy Pinot Grigio.
Yes.
It is from a region in Italy called, I hope I pronounce this right, but Del Vinizzi.
Yes.
It's a white wine that features refreshing tropical and citrus notes along with a fresh floral aroma.
Yes.
We are celebrating the last day of summer.
Yes. Why
so
not?
we needed a chilled white wine.
Yes.
Before
It's
we
a good
have to
choice.
switch to red. Ugh.
It's a good choice.
Today we are talking about The Social Dilemma,
Yes.
which is a documentary on Netflix. So I want to know from your perspective, what was the documentary about?
So I would say this documentary has a lot in it.
Yeah.
However, I would say the general theme of it
Mm-hmm.
would be just about how social media and just our phones and the things we search,
Yeah.
how it is negatively impacting our psyches
Yeah.
and what that looks like for a nation
Yep.
when you have a nation that is being, manipulated and just shown things based on what a computer thinks that you like.
Yeah.
I think that that's probably the general theme of it.
Yeah. For me, it was the effects that social platforms have on our behavior and how it's basically curating content.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like intentions are to control our thoughts. So, your word
Manipulate.
Yeah, spot on with that. What made you watch it?
You.
Besides me.
And so you had brought it up to me. I had
Yeah.
never seen or known about this documentary before.
Mhm.
However, my husband, who's pretty into like technology and production and stuff, he had
Yeah.
brought up a lot of the things that I had heard,
Right.
the reoccurring things that this documentary had talked about
Yes.
before. So
Mhm.
it wasn't my first time hearing about any of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was my first time hearing about the documentary that you had brought up to me. So that's why
Yeah.
I watched it, which was very interesting.
I didn't hear about it on social media. Nobody I knew was talking about it yet. I've seen a lot on it now. But originally, it just came up for me on Netflix as like a top 10 trending whatever. And so, of course, when I saw the title, I was like, I have to watch this. And, I think
Wow.
it really just took off
How
from
long
there.
ago was that?
Gosh, it was like 3 weeks ago now, probably.
Okay.
So the first week of September.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you find as the most alarming part? And I know there was a lot.
Mm-hmm. So I think that the most horrifying
Mm-hmm.
part in this to me
Mm-hmm.
was when all of these texts started talking about how basically computers are given algorithms to entice us to do things, manipulate our thoughts, and all these computers are told is to get more likes, get more people searching, get more clicks, and the computer is essentially thinking and changing and evolving
Yep.
in how it manipulates us.
Yeah.
And the fact that they had on their texts say, we don't know how it's changing, or evolving, it's thinking to manipulate us better,
Yeah.
but it is.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so you're telling me AI is out there that is changing the way it thinks?
Yeah. Seriously.
What are we talking about here?
I feel the same exact way as far as what is the most alarming part. I just said it in a lot less words. But I love what you said, but it was just that
Like Terminator
we can
2.
we can be manipulated by algorithms. I mean, I think that's just crazy and alarming. And you know what's so funny, what caught my attention just now when you were speaking is that I had my phone out from when we were looking at the wine and it vibrated and I immediately looked down. I couldn't not look
I
down.
think my phone just vibrated as well.
Yeah, see, so that's the intent, right? Like they want to get our attention. It's scary.
Yeah.
What was your takeaway?
I think my takeaway from this documentary is that we as a society,
Mm-hmm.
so in the documentary, they have all these texts in there who are ex-Google, ex-Instagram, who had quit because they saw the repercussions of what they had created.
And tried to tell their bosses. Didn't listen.
Didn't listen.
Didn't care.
So a lot of them are, obviously ex-employees for a reason.
Yeah.
And they're on this documentary explaining why they are ex-employees.
Yeah. And they were nervous about it too.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. But so one of my takeaways, I think, would be that all of these people are on there, and I think that the solution that they proposed I don't agree with. Because it seemed like a lot of them were gearing towards just get rid of it, or we need to regulate it.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that at all. I think that we need to take personal responsibility.
Oh,
and that would
I
be my
agree.
takeaway, is to take personal responsibility of your screen time usage, of your media usage, and just kind of, I think, take an inventory of what is important. Because while you're doing fake life and fake friendships on Facebook, like, you're really missing out on true friendships in real life that's happening right before your eyes.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my takeaway, is just take personal responsibility for my phone usage.
Yeah. For me, it was that propaganda and misinformation are a far bigger problem, and on purpose, than I thought. And I think, highlight _ bold on purpose.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Purposeful manipulation.
Yep. Why do you think our audience should watch this documentary?
I feel like if you are interested in creating a more healthy lifestyle regarding your relationships, or time, how the time you spend, then you should really watch this to bring awareness to how much just time we scroll, how much life you're missing out on while you're scrolling, the things you seek while you're looking for likes, when in reality, there's real life people who probably need your friendship.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that would be a reason to watch it. And if you don't give a crap about any of that, then don't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that you should watch it if you want to educate yourself if you want to educate yourself, if you aren't already aware that the effects that social media can have on you. So basically, what you just said. We also want to just leave our viewers with a challenge, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we want to challenge you this week to really pay attention to two things. One, as you're scrolling through social media, how does that make you feel? Like, be more aware of it. If it's making you not feel good about yourself or about, just your life, then be aware of that and try to make those necessary changes to make yourself feel better. And just be aware of the fact that it's meant to control you. And so if it's controlling you in a negative way, then you can take action on that and you can, change course, right?
For sure.
The second thing is, can you see how you're being influenced to believe a particular way? And can you challenge yourself to follow some pages or people that view things different in order for you to see a different perspective?
Yeah, for sure. Did you talk about you and your brother?
Yeah. So we wouldn't ask you guys to do something that we're not already doing ourselves, right? Or we're not going to do with you.
Right.
So the first thing is, as far as how does social media make me feel, I've already done the work of going through my social media pages and, kind of curating it to people and places and pages that make me feel good. And anyone that I was maybe too much comparing myself to or that made me feel bad about myself, I've already deleted those pages. So that was a big one. And then secondly, like you just mentioned, I couldn't be more opposite in my political beliefs than my brother. And so we actually watched this documentary together, and we were really more aware and alarmed by the fact that we were so, I guess, against each other when it came to like political parties, but on purpose.
Yeah.
That they like that every like that we made, every page that we followed, every click that we made was being watched, and then our content was curated based on our actions. And so of course we felt strongly in the way that we believed in the political party that we followed, because that's all we were being fed.
Right.
So we're kind of challenging each other to follow people that we've recommended to each other on the opposite view.
Very cool.
So that way we start seeing things from the other side.
Yeah.
So I do love that this documentary sparked that conversation, and that we were able to have it, you know, in a very loving manner. And I would challenge and encourage everyone to do the same.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
All right. Well, cheers.
So yes, this is episode 1 of this, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Whole nother episode about the social dilemma coming up.
Yes. We're excited about it. See you next time.